But I think without Sam Tompkins, even though Catalans have had an extra week of training, I think Saints might just have enough. They'll have players back that were injured earlier in the going, or they had a few injury problems, didn't they, earlier on in the season? Makinson, Percival, Coote, Roby himself. I think they should have recovered from a lot of them now, I expect. I'm going to go...
You'd think... Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, you'd think any niggle had cleared up by now, wouldn't you?
You would hope so, yeah. So, I would have been predicting run-out scores in this round for the team that I think are going to win, but I can't... I'm struggling to pick who's going to win this. I'm not going to go for a runaway score, and I'm going to go Saints by 4 against a Catalan side that'll finish strongly but not strongly enough.
These are basically pre-season friendlies in terms of difficulty to pick, other than the fact they're playing their best team. I'm going to go for Saints just because they are on paper the better team. So Saints by 10.
Okay, in the other game, it's two of the strong contenders in the early running, Huddersfield and Leeds. Huddersfield, if they win this, will go top of the table. Leeds, if they win this by enough, could go top of the table, I think. Because the points difference scrub from the Toronto game hurts Leeds' record there. But Leeds could jump up in the standings anyway. 6:30 p.m. this one on Sunday. I'll let you go first on sort of working your way through this one.
Can I say the away side and then I'm covering both bases? Because Huddersfield are nominally the home side, even though they're playing at Headingley. I'm going to go for Huddersfield, only because, it's a guess. It's a total guess. I mean, they played really well like 4 months ago. That's no indication, but I'm going to go for Huddersfield anyway. Huddersfield by 6.
So I'm going to think... I think whoever wins this one will run away with it a bit to the end, like we saw at the start of the NRL when everyone was thinking it was a 6 again rule, when actually it was the getting the fitness back that meant scores blew out. Because only shit teams lose by big scores now, don't they, Brisbane? I sort of think Leeds probably have, across the piece, smarter players. When you think they're going to have a double threat out, a dummy half with Dwyer and Leeming, Luke Gale's a very clever player, and Richie Myler will be put in the 17 and play somewhere, you would expect.
Playing for a contract?
Maybe fullback, because I'm not sure Jack Walker will have fully recovered from his serious injury that he got. In fact, I'm almost certain he won't have done. So, yeah, playing for a contract as well. So I think that will be enough to unlock Huddersfield's defence when their fitness is still building back. Huddersfield's defence was really good early in the season, apart from when they lost. I know it sounds stupid, but they were very, very good defensively until teams got ahead of them and then they didn't quite catch up. And I think that's what will happen here, and I think Leeds are going to win by 20.
But who knows, hey?
Exactly. Wild speculative guess. We maybe know a little bit more about the NRL where it's round 12.
Yeah.
The fixtures line up thusly. Dragons versus Rabbitohs Thursday at 10:50am. West Tigers versus Warriors Friday at 9. Then the Broncos versus the Sharks Friday at 10:55. These are all definitely UK times, by the way, not France or Australia times. Broncos versus the Sharks Friday at 10:55am. Who cares? Roosters versus the Titans Saturday at 6am. Then you've got the Cowboys versus the Raiders Saturday at 8:30. Seagulls versus the Panthers Saturday at 10:35. Bulldogs versus the Eels Sunday at 5am. Then we finish with the Storm versus the Knights Sunday at 7:05am. So, what fixtures stand out for you? Which ones will you make an appointment to view in the NRL this week?
I'm going to go for the This Week in League derby, Sea Eagles against Panthers. I think that's best game for me. Both teams in good form.
The Seagulls have found some sort of form as well, haven't they, in the last 2 weeks? Scratched it together, but found a winning recipe, which the Panthers has to be wary of. But I'd be looking at that one too. But I do think the Panthers should be strong enough with the way they've been able to control things. I think they're good. It's weird to say it. It's been so long. I think they're good.
All signs are showing that they are good.
Yeah, and the Storm versus the Knights, obviously, that's two teams near the top of the table. Two teams who I think play very similarly, but the Storm are just more experienced at playing that way, so can do it more consistently. But I think the Knights have modelled themselves around the Storm. You know, a couple of big Kiwi props, an absolute firecracker out the back, and a controlling halfback. I think they've built themselves around lots of storm situations. But yeah, and obviously I'll be looking out for the Raiders with all the British players, and Tom Burgess on Thursday for the Rabbitohs, Herbie on Friday for the Broncos, and Thompson early on Sunday for the Bulldogs. Okay, it's previews and predictions done. Nice to have it back. We'll have more of that next week.
That, isn't it?
Yeah. We're now going to do... Oh, we used to do the quiz as part of the wrap-up, didn't we? Maybe we'll do that. The quiz and the wrap-up. Quiz. We're going to do 5 questions. The quiz is Stats Forgotten. So, player stats from the Wolfpack's now expunged debut season in the Super League. I'll say what stat it is, some of the clues. You've got to guess the player, basically. So,
guess the player, okay.
Yeah. The first one is who is the French utility back who had the Wolfpack's most metres in a Super League game, achieving this in the opening game loss to Castleford?
Hakim Maludi.
It is. He put up an impressive 197 metres in that game. It would be like 240 if it was NRL stats. Question 2 is the veteran forward who battled through injury to be the Wolfpack's leading tackler, making 234 tackles in just 5 games this year.
John Wilkin.
It is John Wilkin. Flying through this quiz. Question 3. Who is the now former Wolfpack winger who led Toronto for clean breaks with 5?
That's Liam Kay.
Liam Kay. Question 4. Samoan international centre who led the Wolfpack in total metres made this year.
That's Ricky Latelli.
Yep. He made 694 metres in his 6 Super League games. Then question 5. This often injured utility man was the only Wolfpack player to grab a brace of tries coming in a game, to coming off the bench to have an impact in Toronto's narrowest defeat of Super League at the hands of Salford.
It's one of the Wolfpack originals. It's Gary Wheeler.
It is. 5 out of 5, Alan. 5 out of 5. We're flying.
I'm dead impressed with that at this time of night.
Yeah. Okay. Recommendations. Do you know what? I'm going to pass over recommendations entirely to you this week because you've done something since we last spoke. You actually left your house and stuff. Whereas I bought a bench last week. That's about it. So I'll leave it to you.
Oh, well, thank you. But I enjoyed the pictures of your back garden. It's looking lovely, by the way.
That's not a euphemism, by the way, listeners.
He's got a lovely back garden, listeners. You can take that how you like. I enjoyed our couple of days in Scarborough. We'd never been to the castle before, but as it was a outdoor kind of in the fresh air thing you could do, we thought that was a good choice. So we walked up the headland and went into the castle, and they were very organised. Being an English heritage site, it was all kind of pre-booked, and get alcohol gelled as you go in, and all contactless tickets and all that kind of stuff, and walking routes, and it was really well organised, and we really enjoyed that. So that's probably the highlight of our little trip. But it was just good to get something, just do something different. Frankly, it was really important for us, I think, to get out of Dodge for a couple of days.
Yeah. I feel sorry for the people who've tried to do that this week and have booked last minute flights to some places in Europe like Spain and the Blair Islands.
There was a reason we didn't go very far.
Yeah.
But But yeah, it's I feel sorry for those people, but yes, it was what we needed, and yeah, maybe an English seaside resort might be a good choice for people this year.
Good stuff. So Alan recommends the English seaside.
Yes.
Good stuff. What we got? We're going to keep this short this week. So we'll move on to what we've got coming up next week. It's me and Tim and the return of Super League. I've written it in all caps with an exclamation mark because I'm quite excited. Quite excited. You can find the show at Super League Pod on Twitter and Instagram, or facebook.com/Super League Pod. If you want to send us any longer form views, superleaguepod@gmail.com. If you want to check out the blog post I wrote about the options for the Toronto Wolfpack that I see, it's superleaguepod.com. You'll also find our episode blog post on there. What you'll find on the episode blog post is links to how to get in touch with the show to leave your match reviews. If you're not a Twitter user in particular, then superleaguepod.com, find the link on there to find where you use your match reviews. If you're a Twitter user, you're going to start seeing us flooding your timelines again, saying send in your fan reviews, and they're going to have pictures of Super League logos on them now, as well as NRL ones. How exciting. You can search the show on all sorts of, wherever you normally find your podcasts. Sort of our base kind of is at Spreaker or Apple Podcasts, and there's Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Stitcher. We're on YouTube as well. Bloody hell, this one's going to be broke into a fuckload of segments on YouTube. Seeing as the way they break up the show when it gets uploaded to there, but struggle through that if you want. If you listen to it just this whole episode, you'll do our numbers a power of good on YouTube. Just give a shout out to our partners before we wrap up the show or close out the show.
Yeah, so our sponsors, Rob's Toy Shop. Enter SLP discount on checkout at Rob's Toy Shop on eBay and get 5% cash back on orders over £5, plus give 1% to SLP. Little Warden, vital alerts for hidden issues. Head to littlewarden.com to see what they can do for you. Mascot Browns for all your international rugby league gear. And Sarah's Bookcase. Sarah sells us bomb books, and with access to over 3,000 titles from baby to teenager, there's something for everyone. Find out more on Facebook. Yeah. And if you do spot Mark, or indeed Tim, I believe there might be a cut out of Tim in the crowd. If you spot him on the weekend, send us a little screenshot. I'm sure we'll appreciate that.
And if you haven't done your own cardboard cutout yet, but you're thinking of doing one, if you're an owner of an SLP hat, we would love it if you did your picture wearing whatever your club's colours are, but with your SLP hat on. That would be fantastic as well.
Yes.
Great stuff, guys. Thanks. I mean, this is our longest ever show. Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed it. And you'll hear from us next time on your favourite rugby league podcast and longest rugby league podcast, the Super League Pod.
Wear a mask. Bye.